Hey there everybody, CD hanging in the cave today. You ever get one of those deals when you're waiting and you're waiting and waiting, nothing's happening, all of a sudden it just pours on you? That's what happened around here today. Remember the M18 Mauser, Boyd's Gun Stock was making the stock for me. They borrowed my rifle, that's what they did the measuring to get the computer inletting, make a stock, right? Guess what? It's called the Prairie Hunter. That's what they call the coyote pattern. Sweet, huh? Is that a good looking piece or what? This is going to be a phenomenal looking rifle when it's all done. A little bit of, yeah, that looked good. That looks good. Fish scale checkering on it. Anyway, it finally showed up. COVID-19, another situation there. Anyway, talking with the guy at Boyd's that I deal with on these things, if they borrow your rifle, they make the stock, well, here you go. There you go. That's where that stock come from. In the conversation, it came up, the Franke, we were talking about a month and a half ago, and we were talking about the Frankes, the Momentums, and the Benellis coming out with the line of rifles, and I said, they want one. Hey, I'm easy. Guess what? I went and bought one. 308 Winchester. Franke Momentum. Kind of a nice little rifle. I've taken it apart. The way it's fitted in there, the stock build. This thing, I like. I already like it. I haven't shot it. I already like it. If you're familiar with the Ruger American, they use that, the taper on the bottom of the action, so you know the action fits down in there. It can't roll, it can't do anything. They did that with the recoil lug. Pretty neat. I've never seen it before. It's probably somebody has done it, but I've never seen it. If you're not familiar with the Franke, the name, the family, Beretta, largest gun manufacturing family in the history of the world. Beretta owns Benelli. Franke is like a division of Benelli. They own Stoeger. They also own Tikka and Sacco. Guess what? Do these people have to go looking for rifle building technology? They don't have to look very far. The thing was built in Italy, but you know what? It's going to shoot. I know exactly how it's going to shoot. I've got a teak in there. I know how this thing is going to shoot. Anyway, where I'm at. What I'm doing here tonight. Probably 18, 20 years ago it came to an end, but our local club, once a month get together, high power shoots and stuff like that. Sporting shoots, they shoot a Ruger M77 308. So I got about 75 pieces of brass. So I thought, fine and dandy. I get them out here and I thought, well, you know what, I'll just start loading them. I wonder how they go in there. This is an empty piece of brass. They don't. They don't. They're loaded, they're blown out, reloaded back down to fit that Ruger M77, which I no longer own. Well, you know what? I'll just start setting the shoulder back on them. It's just almost like it's been fire formed. Now just set the shoulder back where it just chambers. I think I'm going to be pretty close on this whole thing. Okay, I'm going to set the camera over here and show you what I'm doing. And I'm getting really close. I think it's going to work pretty good. All right, we're on the other side over here. What I've got on here is one of Hornady's overall length for bullet length to see when you are hitting the lands. I don't have the other set for measuring the case length to the metal of the datum line. So what I've got in here is the bit for a 41 caliber, which you notice that hits right in the middle of the datum line, right in the middle of the shoulder, and that's what we want to measure. We are sitting at, and this thing was probably done 18, 20 years ago, 2.6 30,000, 630 thousandths. We want to set that back just enough where it goes in that Franke. I got a couple of them done here. I've been doing this a little bit. I'm cheating on you. This one is set back to 620 thousandths. It actually wrinkled the shoulder just a little bit in a couple of places, and it drops in there really, really easy. These other two, made a miter adjustment. They're setting at 625 thousandths. And they go in there just, see how that loads in there? This is great. It's going to be a single shot, throw it in there and shoot it. They go in there with just a little bit of cam action, a little stiff. So I can set it back. You know, I'd probably be good at 20 thousandths of an inch, but if I can set this back another thousandths or 2 thousandths where they go in, you know, if I get between a little bit. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to set this die down just a shade. When you're talking thousandths of an inch, man, you don't have to turn much of a revolution. I'm getting kind of dry. They've been in and out of there a couple times. There's just under 25, about 624,000, something like that. I didn't move it very much. I thought I moved more than that. And we're still a little on the snug side. There we set something back. That took some force. I'm getting dry. I shouldn't be doing that. We're at about 623 thousandths. Look at that. Hey, come back here. Okay. If I can get that locked down, I'm going to go with that. Okay, I locked that die down. We got her snug. It's permanently set that way, unless I loosen up some stuff. I got a couple of casings here that have not ever been in the die. We're going to see how they go. Look at that. Just barely. Good place to start for fire foreman. But I'm going to be super close to not a custom fit, but very, very close to a perfect fit in that chamber. Beginning next week, like I say, this thing is going to go out to Boyd's. I probably won't see it for a week or two or whatever it takes, but I don't care. We just went into a cold snap in South Dakota. I looked at the 10-day weather, which goes out about 20 days. I think February 20th or the 21st was the first day we're going to be above freezing. Most of it's around 0, 5 above. No shooting for a while. I'm going to glass bed. I'm going to fit that into the Mauser, into that stock. YouTube does not allow firearms modifying. It'll be on my Patreon page. You guys want to come along, I'd appreciate it. Go over there and take a look at it. Don't cost very much. It really helps me out in some of these endeavors of mine. Anyway, we got the Momentum and the Mauser. That's coming down the pike. Thanks a lot for coming along.